All right, everyone, it's Monday night training. My name is Josie Tong from Sydney, Australia, and today we are going to talk about the compensation plan. So when I joined Lifevantage 2 years ago, before I was an official distributor, I listened to Dave Fleming's video over and over and over and over. And in fact, I have a notebook where I've written down everything that I heard. And really, I can tell you that it takes a long time to even understand it. And even now, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm learning a lot. So today, I'm going to pass on to you as simple as I can how I understood it. But let me just start by saying there is a comprehensive compensation plan in the back office. It is in the library. If you cannot find it, scroll right down the bottom of lifevantage.com and you will find it in the resources. So please print that, because that's exactly what I did. I printed this, and yes, I read it. So it's read it, and that you print that, and I laminated it. I mean, this is not my copy, but I'm now using digital, but I definitely laminated this, and I look at it, it's like it didn't really make sense, but it does make sense once you read this. So after this training, and you read this again, you will have a better understanding, because it's so important in order for you to maximize your earning in Lifevantage is for you to understand the compensation plan. So definitely, guys, print this. And the other thing that I want you to print is the price list, because that's where the points, we earn from the points. So print that. And in fact, I had them in like that kind of binder, but now I'm using my iPad, I'm going all digital. But I think at the very beginning, sometimes it's very hard to read from a computer. So I would recommend that you print the comprehensive compensation plan, because, study it. It's your business. So you need to understand how you get paid. I mean, a lot of times, like, okay, where did this money come from? Or did I even receive my compensation? Sometimes, there's a little bit of a glitch. And so it's important for you to be able to know your enrollments, etc. So let me share using my iPad here, Miss Deborah, and see. Okay, so put in the chat, what is your level of understanding of the compensation plan from 1 to 10? And don't be embarrassed, because it took me a long time to actually understand the compensation plan in full details. Okay, so if you're using an iPad, so what I've done is, I was saying to Van today, it's a really great way to be able to sort out and put in folders on digital. Okay, so let me just turn that off. All right. And so as a distributor of Lifevantage, when you're sharing the products and you decide to make this as your business, it's really very important to be able to understand exactly what this is. Okay, so let's start by understanding the basics of the compensation plan. There's a lot more intricacies in the compensation plan, but I know that everyone starts from the beginning. So we probably have people here on this call that have not even started as distributors. They're in the Philippines waiting to sign up. And so I'm so excited about the opening of the Philippines. So what do we do? How do we earn in Lifevantage? So first is we earn when products move out of the warehouse. There is no way that we get paid by just enrolling people and sitting on our backside and think we can get paid. Yes, over time, that would be a possibility. So what we do is talk to people about our products, our amazing products. So when they join, we get paid. So I want to just start by saying that there are two ways to get paid when you have products moving out of the warehouse. So first is here, you get paid when a enrollment pack, it may come as chosen, they may choose it, but it may come in a package. So in Australia, New Zealand, Philippines, it will be silver, gold, and platinum. So when a package leaves the warehouse, somebody gets paid. That is like the initial. So these are new products, new enrollments. When on a recurring basis, you have products that move out of the warehouse. That is your recurring, your subscription or spot orders. I'm going to go through them in more detail, but I just want to say that you don't get paid without any products moving out of the warehouse. And number two is that those products have a points attached to them. And that's why it's important to be able to print the product, the price list. Because, when there's so many ways to use the price list, when you're creating points, or now that we're running for our travel incentive, and you can work out, how do I upsell someone to be on 100 points? Because you need 100 points enrollment to be able to earn 1 point. Okay, so memorize if you can, or what you could do is you put it somewhere and you can look at it on a regular basis. So important to know the points. So points is important. Okay, the other thing that I want you to understand is PV. Like PV, what is PV? We talk about PV all the time. I'm seeing here, like we have Candice, we've got so many other people where their PV is like 5,000. Oh my gosh, 5,000 points PV. So PV is your personal volume, okay? And PV is important because that's what makes you commission eligible. So where do these PV points come from? First, it's your own order from your subscription. It's your own order as a spot order. Like, you have extra orders that counts towards your PV. Where are the other points coming from is your personally, and that is important because someone said to me, the customers of my downline, are they added to my PV? And the answer is no. It's gotta be your personally enrolled preferred customers orders for the month. It includes new and repeat orders. In the leaderboard, there is actually like they have people, who's the top PV of the month. PV is very important. So as you grow into this business, you will understand what PV is and how important it is. A lot of people who focus on customers have higher PV. So I will never be able to outnumber Candice because she's very, very good at bringing customers. So that is the PV. So important at the end of the month, you need your PV to at least be a minimum of 100 to be commission eligible. Ideally, it's 200. But if it's 100, that is the minimum. You don't want to be 70 or 80 because then you're not commission eligible. So PV is compulsory to earn commission. It makes you commission eligible. And so it's like your rent. I mean, anyone who does their business, that is a very insignificant amount compared to if you had a traditional business. And what is different between this PV and the PV required in other companies is like 40 points. Holy May, you can imagine you can actually be commission eligible by just buying this and adding your personal customers, okay? But of course, there are pros and cons of just 40. The other that I want you to understand is OB and GB. So when I first started, I see all these points rolling in and I'm going, wow, this is so amazing, all these points. So it's important to have a lot of volume. That is your overall volume, your group volume. So everyone, all the products that move in your organization, from you, your customers, your downline customers, their own order, every product that move out of the warehouse in your organization is considered your OV. So let's maintain OV. That's your, the whole downline's volume, including your own volume. So it's calculated as follows: all new enrollments, everything. Like I said, all the products, all purchase subscription, all spot orders, everything that move out of your organization, all the sales, completely everything is added to your OB. And that is so important. The magic number when you're getting started is 5,000. 5,000 potentially could make you rank advanced to a Pro 3. And so that is the foundation rank that I really want everybody to understand. So OB is important. So if you look at your organization and you look at your OB, it's like, oh my gosh, the higher your OB, the healthier your organization, okay? Number 5 is so important, is the subscription. Because it's compulsory that you and I have a subscription. Your subscription is literally your rent. But what really excites me about this is that, if you don't have the capacity to buy 100 points or 200 points, Lifevantage has this unique, it's like I say unique, when I first came, I thought, what? 40 PV allows somebody to be commission eligible if they have customers. So the key here is that you have customers as well, so that your PV will be 100 to 200. So this is your automatic. And so subscriptions are processed on the 5th, 10, 15, 20, 25th of the month. But I want to give you an advice in terms of, especially for customers. So if they bought on the 20th, don't put them on subscription on the 20th. Make it the 10th with the shipping. Sometimes you have shipping problem, but it's always best for them to have the products well in advance. Okay, so subscription is so important. And so some people say to me, well, Josie, how does my subscription work if I join the business now? Okay, so if you join the business, it's calendar month. So let's say you join on the 3rd of October, your subscription need to be processed by the 15th of November, but ideally sooner, right? If you join on the 31st of October, your subscription need to be processed by the 25th of November. And so there's a lot of advantage of, getting people to enroll, especially for the distributors to enroll in the beginning of the month, okay? So subscription is very, very important. And number 6 is ranks. And that is your OV. That is when your OV is important. Your OV is required in order to move ranks. So let me show you a little bit about the ranks, because when I first started, I was used to a binary, but now we are on uni level. So pay attention, make sure you're paying attention, you're not getting sidetracked. So first, each rank has a total volume requirement. So here is the total. If you're Pro 1, 1,000 points. Pro 3 is 5,000. Pro 5 is 20,000. Pro 7 is 100,000. So that is your leg requirement minimum, okay? Each rank has a requirement for a number of legs. And this is important as well, okay? So if you look at this, if you're a Pro 3, you need 2 legs. If you're a Pro 1, you need just 1 leg. Pro 5 is 3 legs. From Pro 5 to Master Pro 10, you need 3 legs. From Pro 2 to Pro 4, 2 legs, okay? So imagine you can actually get to the level of Master Pro 10 with just 3 legs. You don't need 1,000 legs, but obviously there's a lot of advanced strategy. So in the beginning, what I recommend to people is to, build 2 good legs, and then eventually you need to have 3 legs. So that is that. But I want you to take note of this last one. It's so important because a lot of people, this is where they make a mistake, is requirement of percentage of the leg split. So what does it look like? The leg split, okay, so let me just erase this so that it's easier. So the leg split is here. You need a minimum, maximum you can claim. So let's go to Pro 3. Maximum you can claim from the OV is 80%. So 5,000 for Pro 3. One of your legs, you can only claim 80%. 80% of 5,000 is 4,000 points. So even though you had 10,000 points here, you can only use 4,000. And so see how it says minimum of 1,000 points. So you need at least 1,000 points on one of the legs. So that is a Pro 3. So let's look at Pro 5. So if you look at Pro 5, you need 20,000 volume. So Pro 5, you need 20,000, okay? And you need 3 legs, 3. And 60%, you can only claim maximum of 60% of 20,000 is 12,000. But you need a minimum of 2,000 on one of the legs. And that is where a lot of people like finding it difficult because, their third leg, there has to be a minimum. So then, of course, so when we first started, this is just the formula we gave people. Pro 5, 12,000, 6,000, 2,000. So you need 3 legs. So as you can see with the ranks, you need the volume, which is all the product sales in your organization. You also need number of legs. So as Pro 2 to Pro 4 is 2 legs. And then from Pro 5 to Master Pro 10, you need 3 legs. Okay, and that is the percentage. So that is what it looks like is you need in a Pro 3, for example, that's 80%. You can only claim 80% on your big leg, which is 80% of the 5,000. And you need a minimum of 1,000 here. In Pro 5, as you can see, it's 60%. You can only claim 60% on your bigger leg, but you need a minimum, okay? And so this is part of the comp plan that you want to print, that the summary. So as you can see here, when you get to Pro 5, Pro 6, Pro 7, Pro 8, Pro 9, you can actually get to Pro 9 using 60% on your maximum leg. And then when you get to Pro 10, it's 40%, meaning that you need to have a healthier second and third leg. So for those of you who are new, you're probably a bit confused now, but over time, you will learn it. But I'd like you to take a look at the summary sheet and really understand about the legs and about the points, okay? That is important, is to be able to understand how rank is calculated in LV. And so drop in the chat if you're confused, drop a 2. And so there are 2 types of trees. And I want you to take note of this because when you grow your organization, if it's a fast growing organization, you have people, like that's joining every time, like you're having momentum, there's people joining. So you've got layers of people. But I want you to understand that we have what we call an enroller tree. What is an enroller tree? It starts with you and people, you have enrolled plus people, they enrolled plus people, they enrolled. I'll give you an example. So let's say, for example, that I sponsored Myra, who sponsored Jing and Arnold. Jing and Arnold sponsored Pooja, and Pooja sponsored, etc., etc. So that is the enroller tree. You give birth to that organization. The people are there because of you. So enrolled someone, okay. So I hope you understand what the enroller tree is. And placement tree, however, is anyone in your organization that you didn't even know how it happened. Because someone up the top has placed them in your organization. And it can happen, like a fast growing organization, there's just people coming on. So that is your placement tree. But I want to emphasize how important the enroller tree is. Because you know what? With the enroller tree, you get paid in Australia, New Zealand, and the US. You get paid the launch bonus. You get paid the generational matching bonus. In Asia and Europe, you get paid Smart Start bonus because there is a 25-5-5-5. Okay, you get paid the launch bonus, and you get paid the generational matching bonus. The placement tree, when someone is placed on your organization, the points will count towards your rank. And your rank will count towards your uni level, okay, which we will go through. But all these points coming from the placement tree, you will get the uni level commission. It counts towards your rank, and you also get paid the uni level commission. So the enroller tree is important. That's why we need to keep sponsoring people. Sponsor people, they're in your enroller tree. But when we get to the generational matching bonus, you will be amazed with how much money is on the table on an enroller tree. So enroller mean, like if you only sponsor 2 people and then you have a huge organization, you're missing out. You got to have to sponsor people. So enroller tree and placement tree, those are the types of trees that we have. So there are 8 ways to get paid, but I don't even talk about everything because, I will talk about everything today, but when you have people that are getting started and you talk to them, you just talk to them about 2 to 6. Okay, but for purposes of training, you go through about in the presentation, you just talk from 2 to 6. Okay, but there are 8 ways to get paid. So we don't even need to talk about retail because that's the difference. So when you sell to somebody and they don't want to be on a subscription, they actually pay for the retail price. Okay, so that pertains to customers. So Smart Start bonus, there are different ways to get paid in the Smart Start bonus. So US, Australia, New Zealand, different to Asia and to Europe. And I'll cover them as well. Okay, so there's 2 smart bonuses, 2 Smart Start bonus for Australia and New Zealand. So how do you get paid for the Smart Start? We got to cover Asia and Europe as well. But I want you to understand how Smart Start bonus get paid. So remember I said we get paid on products moving out of the warehouse. So if a product is moving out as a new enrollment, you get paid Smart Start bonus. As an enroller, you get paid a lot of money if you're in Australia, New Zealand, all that. And I know Asia is going to be lucrative as well. So that is on all new personal product and pack. Okay, so these are all the products that move out of your organization. Remember, it's a once-off. So imagine you have a platinum pack moving out. So I sponsored a platinum pack. It's 1,000 points. So I get paid $400 US. If you live in Asia, you get paid $250. But the rest is paid to your other uplines. But I'll cover that. There's a maximum of 1,000 PV that you can get paid. So let's say, for example, Candice came on board with a platinum and she wants the skincare. So that's 1,130 points. So you're not going to get paid the 1,130 points. You get paid on 1,000 points, and the 130 you get paid in the unit level commission. It's calculated as a daily pay within 3 working days. But I always say to people it's weekly pay because some people are worried, like they're counting the days and they're going, Josie, I haven't gotten paid. Because remember that we have like the weekend and there are days in America. So don't get frustrated, just count it as a weekly pay. Okay, it's a fast income upfront money. And this is so exciting because this part of the commission, there's no left and right. So you go to binary, you need to enroll one and then enrollment. There is no left and right. So this is a Smart Start is a really good fast start money. So in Australia and New Zealand, I want you to take note of this. If you're an enroller and you purchase a start kit or a silver, okay, and your PV requirement, okay, is, so let's say if you came on a silver and your PV is less than 200, your commission for a new distributor is 20%, not a lot. So if you came on a silver and your subscription is 200, it will be 10% more. It's 30%. Okay. But for customers, everything, it doesn't matter what you come in, even a starter kit, you still receive a commission of 30%. So customers, 30%. And then for distributors, it varies. So silver, you will always be on 30% unless you upgrade to gold. Because let me tell you that gold and platinum is exactly the same. If you come on a gold, okay, but of course, I'll tell you the difference why you need to go on gold or platinum. If you come in a gold and it's less than 200 PV, your enrollment for a distributor is 30%, max at 30%, if your subscription is under 200. So as you can see, there's a relevance between a subscription, a package, and your distributor commission. And so the smartest way, of course, is to come on a gold or platinum and stay on 200 PV. Remember that PV is your own monthly purchase plus your customers. Okay, so 200 monthly PV gives you the maximum of 40% for distributor. And so when I'm talking to someone, I always talk to them about platinum and default to gold if need be. Okay, so that is your Smart Start bonus in Australia, New Zealand, and the US. Okay, so here, commission depends on the pack type. Platinum, we already covered that. So how you calculate it? Okay, it's based not, you calculate not on the amount. Like in New Zealand, a platinum pack is 1,999. In Australia, it's 1,699. So you don't calculate based on the amount of money you pay, but it's based on the actual volume point. So they calculate volume points. If you come on a silver and a platinum and 200 PV, it's 40 points. But let me say, if you come on to this month on a platinum and use anyone you sponsor for the month of November until the 25th, you're commission eligible to the 40%. So whatever package they come, that is actually their PV for the next month. However, by the time subscription comes, they need to purchase their subscription. Okay. So that is that. And then in Australia, it's times 140. Times 140. So it's 608 platinum, commission in New Zealand, and then 1,560. So when we first started, we sold a lot of platinum packs. Why? Because it's the smartest way to come on. And now we've got a lot of variety. So in the past, we didn't even have a variety. Now you can enroll and you can have the pro bio, you've got everything, your NRF1, NRF2 skincare and hair care. So they get to experience everything. And so I say to people, okay, if you focus on the platinum, that is $560. Okay. So in Australia, it's $560. If you sponsor 4 people, you more than pay your money back. Okay. So it's about, in the beginning, it's really getting them started fast. Don't overthink. You just get them started instead of getting them to watch 20 videos. We have a system on how to get people started. So that is the Smart Start bonus in Australia, Philippines, and this is our Smart Start bonus for Europe and Asia. So when a preferred customer, okay, they receive a 25% Smart Start on any product purchased by a preferred customer within their first calendar month. So it's exactly the same thing. With a distributor, okay, so here we go. With a distributor, when you come on as a distributor, at least a gold. When you come on a gold or platinum, okay, your commission as enroller is 25%. Okay, that is a customer, sorry, let's cover the distributor. So when you come on a gold or platinum, you get paid 25% as enroller. If you come less than 500 points, it's 20%. So don't leave money on the table because that is for life unless you upgrade. And I heard that in the Philippines, there's no upgrade, okay? So here, as you are the enroller, so we call you the enroller instead of the sponsor, 25% from PV. So 25% on a platinum is how much? That is $250. So I see here at the top, there is a requirement of 200 PV because some people might come on a starter kit and they just buy 3 Pretendem, that's 100 points. Okay, so you need at least 200 points for the maximum. If you are under 200, it's only 20%. And if your subscription is under 200, if you're the second level, you only receive 4%, 3%, 3%. So you want to max it and receive 5%, 5%, 5%. What I like about this, and Van and I were actually having a chat, is that it fosters a lot of like, okay, you're actually there, you're working with people and you're chaperoning and helping them and all of that. It can be very, very lucrative because this is what it could look like. So let's say this is you, okay? And then you sponsored Mary. So you receive from Mary's 25%. I mean, when she enrolls. But every time Mary enrolls someone on her second level, you are the first upline, so you receive 5%. Mary has another level here. Every time they enroll, because you're the third upline, you receive commission up to the fourth level. Okay, so can you imagine all the 5%? If you have someone who's a hyper enroller, you've got someone who come on board and they might sponsor 10 people, 20 people, you receive 5%. So if it's a platinum pack, that's a lot of $50. And then of course they enroll more people, so it can be very lucrative with a smart start bonus. So that is in Asia, and I really think that is a really good Asia and Europe. That's a really good compensation plan. So we're gonna have a Q&A later. So calculating smart start bonus if 200 PV. So say here, very simple. It's very similar to what I talk about. So if they come in a platinum, 25% of that in euro is 197.50. In the Philippines, it's 1,000 points. 25% is 12,500. That is for a platinum pack. Imagine if you sponsored 4 platinum pack in a month, that's 50,000. School teacher earns like 25,000. So it's a pretty good extra money, okay? So launch bonus for Australia and New Zealand. Now, remember when I was talking about the enroller tree and the placement tree? You receive launch bonus from your enroller tree. If you did not sponsor someone who sponsored someone who sponsored someone, you're not going to receive the launch bonus. So this is only in your enroller tree. So let's have a look. There are some requirements. You must be an active paid as Pro 3 to qualify. So which means the month before, your OV, your overall volume, your leg split, etc., has to match a Pro 3. And now I probably confused the new people, but don't worry, you can watch this recording again. You have to be an active Pro 3 to qualify in the launch bonus. You're paid on all new packs in your enrollment tree. System pays up the line. If enroller paid as Pro 3, then you also receive the Smart Start bonus plus the launch bonus. I'll show you how this can be lucrative. So this is you, and you are paid as Pro 3, okay? You sponsored Mary. You receive 40% on a platinum. In Australia, it's $560. You also receive 5% launch bonus, it's $70. So that, because you're a Pro 3, sponsor someone, because you're directly the upline, you receive $630. That is pretty good, huh? So make sure that at least you are Pro 3, okay? And I'll show you exactly what it would look like, okay? So launch bonus, they pay up to 6 people. 6 payments are paid, level 1 to 6, and it goes up the line. So that is Mary, and it looks up who is the first Pro 3 and 4. This is Australia, New Zealand, and US, who is the first Pro 3 and 4, they pay. If that's a Pro 3, sorry, and that's a Pro 3, and that's a Pro 4, who gets paid? The first one, which is much better because it means the younger people, the people that are newer or rank advancing. So that one doesn't get paid, that one doesn't get paid. And it actually looks for who is the next is the 5 and 6. Who's the Pro 5 and 6, and it looks up. If it doesn't, if there's no 5 and 6, then it skips it, that money stays with Lifevantage. And then it looks for the elite 7, 8, and 9, and they get paid $50. So you gotta be the highest rank in your organization. So for me, I'm a paid as elite Pro 7. So I get paid on all silver, gold, everything. I get paid the launch bonus, which is quite good, okay? So Pro 10, executive, all that. So they get paid. Now, in Asia and Europe, it's really, really good. It's so much better, okay? So a sponsor can, okay, it's not compressed. So we won't do that. So in Asia and Europe, okay, this is how it is. It's exactly the same thing, but the difference is the ranks. So it pays 6 people, and it pays the first Pro 3 and above. I love it. Pro 4 and above, Pro 5 and above, Pro 6 and above, Pro 7 and above, Pro 8 and above. Whilst in Australia, New Zealand, US, you've got the presidential, executive, and all of that. So they paying the higher rank. So remember the first Pro 3 and 4, first Pro 5 and 6 in Australia, New Zealand, was here. They're looking at who's the first Pro 3, the first Pro 4, the first Pro 5, etc. You need to at least be a commission eligible. In the Philippines, instead of 200, it's 100 PV, which is pretty good. When you reach a level of Pro 6, it's going to be 200, 200, 200. Okay. So what is the commission? If you're the first Pro 3, you receive 5%. If you're the first Pro 4, you receive 4%, first Pro 5, etc. Okay. So that is the launch bonus. Now, if you're new or you haven't even started, I don't expect you to understand everything. But I want you to understand launch bonus and smart start bonus, because that's how you get paid. You get paid weekly on the launch bonus. You get paid weekly on the smart start bonus. This is your money to run your business. And I can tell you that, you know, like, especially when we open in the Philippines, can you imagine November, we have, you know, like literally under 30 days, very close to a month to start talking to people and start making your list. I know people already who have like 10 personal enroller, you know, like this is the time now to start talking to people. I can tell you it's so exciting. I think there's going to be thousands and thousands of people enrolling on the first week. So don't miss out on that opportunity, because someone else will talk to them. And so in the first week, you get paid smart start bonus. Well, the first month in the Philippines, you won't get paid the launch bonus because no one yet is paid as Pro 3 the month before. I know there will be tons of Pro 3s, but it's got to be the month before. So your paid as rank the month before determines your launch bonus, if that makes sense. So for example, you might be a Pro 3 in September, but you're not a Pro 3 in October. So in November, you don't earn the launch bonus, okay? So that is so important. And the other is the royalty commission. Now, the royalty commission is the money that gives you that legacy for your kids. This is the money where you get paid based on long-term effort. This is the money that you work for. I mean, you know, you can be lucky to have been placed somebody in and you're earning all this money. But the reality is it takes a lot of work. So I want you to take note of the royalty commission. How do you get paid? Subscription. So these are the volume from subscriptions, and we call them spot orders. Any extra orders that you place, spot orders. And you remember when someone like Candice came with a platinum pack and decided to buy the skincare. So that's 1,130. So I don't get paid 1,000. I get 1,130. I get paid on 1,000. So what happens to the 130 is calculated here. So that is above 5,000 enrollments. Okay. So all of this subscription. And I want to say, this is the moment I want to share with you the biggest mistake that I made is saying to people, it's okay, Mary. You can just go on a 40 subscription and everything else comes from customers. Remember that the PV includes existing and new customers. But what happens is Mary doesn't have existing customers. So what happens is Mary enrolls new customers. So the new customers, she gets paid the smart start commission, but it's not added. The points don't get added here. If you really want to build a stable business, is to really invest in your business, at least an activated essentials for you guys in Australia and New Zealand. That's 100 points, 105 points. Invest in your business and start building your subscription. So don't even, you know, like you got to teach that, because we did, like, my gosh, we were telling people, oh, 40 is good, 40 is good. No, you got to start building your royalty commission, okay? And so this is definitely your residual income. Who here? Drop in the chat. Drop me a 10. If you are wanting to earn big time in your residual income, drop a 10. So residual income is your recurring income. So remember, Lifevantage, we have the highest retention. Retention of Lifevantage is about 72+% or 70% plus. That's a lot of people buying from the products because they love the products, they're getting results from the products. We have ongoing customers. we have a unique model where we actually have more customers than distributors. We have a lot of customers buying and buying all the time. And your residual income comes from this recurring purchase. So don't really cheat yourself by staying on 40, minimum of 105, okay? Because this is your residual income. So it's calculated on a monthly basis and paid monthly on the 15th of each month. So a lot of us got paid 2 days ago. And so your residual income is dependent on those points that are bought recurring. Extra orders that your distributors get paid, you buy, that is important. Your paid as rank, and this is important. So your OV, your overall volume, determines your rank, plus the split, plus everything, the month before. So if the month before you were paid as Pro 2, your uni-level commission for this month is based on a Pro 2. If you were paid as Pro 5, your uni-level commission this month is based on the Pro 5. So it's the month before, whatever the rank that you ended up with. So system pays up the line, paid on all subscriptions and all orders after the first calendar month, and also orders over 100. It's dynamically compressed. I want you to take note of these words. It's like, what does dynamically compress? So what happens is when a product is sold, it pays 9 people. Okay, it pays 9 people. So let's say your tree looks like that, but then along the way, that person's not commission eligible. So you have that person is not commission eligible, that person's not commission eligible. So what happens is a product gets sold, and then Lifevantage looks up the line and goes, who's the first level, gets paid 2%. And then the second level is 5%, third level is none. So it skips that person who's not commission eligible and goes up here and pays 9%, and then skips that 5%. Okay, so that is how this is the hardest part to understand. So don't worry if you don't get it. I didn't get this for over a year. It's like, oh my gosh, it took me quite a long time. I had a aha moment one night. And so this is what it looks like, and it's a bit blurry, but so that's what it looks like. You gotta print this. You gotta study it and you gotta print it, because you need to understand this is your long-term commission. This is your commission that comes to your bank, whether you're building the business or not. You've given 2 to 4 years of your time in this company, and now it's time to get paid over and over. And I want you to really take note of this, because I can tell you that over time, my income has grown, and it's going to grow even more. And there's so many other strategies that I can teach you, but today we're just going to cover this. Okay, so remember this, print and laminate and try to understand it. So I talk about ranks. How do you rank as a Pro 3? So let's start with a Pro 1. You get paid commission. So some people, they may have a brother, sister, daughter, and all that who has the top position, and they're just on auto order. So you need, the 100 PV. They're on 100 PV. And so they're still receiving 2%, 5%. They don't need a rank to receive money. And that's what's good about this, is that you can place your family at the top. You can help them with customers. And if they have a PV of 100, then they still receiving 2 levels, okay, 2% and 5%. Now I want you to take note at the top here. This is your PV requirement. If you are in the Philippines, your PV requirement for 4 and 5 is a 100, okay? So that is the difference, is that in the Philippines, Pro 4 and 5, instead of 200, it will be 100. So there's always a minimum of 40, but you're ignoring that because you're not going to be staying on 40, guys, okay? So Pro 2, you get paid on 3 levels. Pro 3, you get paid on 5 levels. Pro 4 is 6. Pro 7, Pro 6, Pro 5 is 7. Pro 6 is 8. And when you go to elites, that's when you get paid everything. So in some of the binary, you could have 1,000 people in one leg and you only get paid a maximum number of points. Here you get paid on everyone. That is so crazy. Like, my sponsor, Tara, said that she was talking to somebody in another company. Her income is almost the same as the other lady. And the other lady, her sales a month is like 15 million. Tara is over, less than 2 million. And their income is very, almost the same, simply because of our, the layers of commission that you receive. So royalty commission, not easy to understand, but I want you to understand, what I want you to understand here is grow your subscription. That's it, grow your subscription. If there are product promotions, make sure your team is buying it. Every time they buy, it's added onto the points of your royalty commission. This is the part that you want to grow. You want to have a lot of raving customers. You have a lot of distributors who love the products, their family love the products. So royalty commission is the way to go, okay? So generational matching bonus. Oh my gosh. Generational matching bonus. You get paid here. How do you get paid on the generational? Is enroller tree, guys. Enroller tree. And you get paid from someone you personally sponsor, okay? But personally enroll, plus everyone else at the bottom after 5 levels. Enroller tree, guys. Enroll, okay? So how do you get paid? There are some guidelines. First, that's why Pro 3 is so important. Pro 3 must be paid as Pro 3, okay? And if you are if you're not elite yet, you need to sponsor one person every month with 100 PV. So I made a mistake because I did not understand this, and I had people going, Tita Jersey, how come I never got paid and I have people earning? And I look at, oh my gosh, they have not sponsored anyone the month before. So you need to bring in new enrollment of 100 PV if you're under elite. You need to remember that. Earn 10% match on all personally sponsored distributors from their royalty commission. Earn 5% on second, third, fourth, and fifth generations. That could equate to dozens, hundreds of people. So it's important to stay on 200 PV. Okay, so important. I want you to take a note of this diagram, because this one here, I couldn't sleep thinking about it. Because if you sponsor someone who has a big network, who's, they know what they're doing, every time this person earns, you get paid 10%. If they earn $100, you get paid $10. If they earn $1,000, you get paid $100. If they earn 10,000, you earn 1,000. What if they start earning 50,000? That's 5,000. But it doesn't stop there, because everyone that they personally sponsor, you earn 5% from everyone. Everyone on their second level. So if they had 10, 2, all their income, these people, their royalty commission, you get paid 5%. On the third level, second level, so you have Mary sponsored 3 people. Everyone that Mary sponsors, you earn 5%. Everyone that Bob sponsors, you earn 5%. Everyone that Marjorie sponsors, you earn 5%. And these people come and they also grow their business, and they also grow people. So everyone there, you earn 5%, 5%. So I was talking to Van, like before we opened the Philippines, and he's going, oh my gosh, he's a numbers guy and he did his calculation. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't sleep, because he found the right people. So these guys, enroll. Generational matching bonus, according to my sponsor, Tara, could be one of the biggest income that you'll receive. So imagine Tara is receiving 10% from everything that I earn, 5% from everyone that I personally sponsor, 5% from the next one, 5%. So this compensation plan of Lifevantage could blow your mind. So important. Okay, so now elite bonus. Who's ready for elite? So elite, oh my gosh, this is so good, because elite, you get paid for leading a team. You get paid for becoming a leader. you don't get to elite without becoming a leader. And the good thing about it is we have a leadership development through our legends. So, you know, everybody start from somewhere. So as you grow in the business, you get to be a leader. So when you're elite, can we mute some people there? So when you're elite, so what happens is 4% of the global sales, 4% of the global sales is given to the paid as elites. So if you're qualified, paid as elites, you get paid. But can you imagine on the first quarter, the first 1%, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of people. That's why my Elite Pro 7 bonus is like 1,700. I mean, it's really good money. But imagine if you're Elite Pro 8, like Gronia, she received a 7 pull and an 8 pull. I think that's like $6,500. Pro 9, like Charlotte Vental and Tara Wilson. Crazy. Master Pro 10, like Rachel Pekarek. Oh my gosh, guys, this is the dream, is for you to reach a level where suddenly your organization have grown so much. And this is when you need to understand the business and look at the potential, because really and truly, if you're looking, like, run it as a business, like it as a, run it as a group, an organization, like everything, get a professional in everything, track everything, look at everything. And so this is 4% of the global sales, and then paid monthly with your everything you get paid. So I got paid my elite bonus. So then you have your rank advancement. When you reach the elite pro, there is a My Lifevantage. You can be Pro 6, advance to Pro 7. We have guidelines on how to get the My Lifevantage. 25,000 US, one off. You know, in the US, they give them a Jeep. In some company, they give you a car, but there is like, you got to achieve next month this amount, the volume. There's nothing, no strings attached, one-off payment because you deserve it. Rachel, when she advanced a Master Pro 10, 100,000 US, paid over 12 months. That's pretty good, huh? Executive Master Pro 10 like Karadiki, $250,000. And Presidential Master, we're still waiting for our first Presidential Master, is $500,000. Pretty good, right? So there's a lot to aim for. And so bonuses, and this one, I want you to take note of this, is your extra business center. Your opportunity to double your income helps to promote balance and width. Additional centers are issued on, instead of Pro 5 is Pro 4, Pro 6, and Pro 9. So you can get your Business Center 2, Business Center 3, Business Center 4. I have a Business Center 2 where, you know, you just align them, Business Center 2. So it's earning average $1,900 a month from the residual income. And by the way, what you get paid here is residual, the royalty commission, and you get paid the pool bonus. Okay, so you can't enroll on your BC2. Every enrollment comes from your BC1. So generational matching bonus, launch bonus, all from BC1. But your BC2, because you're placing them anyway, so all accumulated royalty commission, that the subscription, that is so important. That's when you can double. Okay, that is that. And so income disclosure, rank value is your rank volume in repeat orders. When your subscription equals the required rank volume, then your income matches the income on the, you know, we have an income disclosure. Okay, so I want to just say, and I just want to just end up with that one, and we'll open it to question, and we'll stop the recording after. What I want to say is we have a product that is a game changer. It can help people's health. But once you understand this business opportunity, the opportunity for leverage, this is totally can help you and help your family. So guys, Lifevantage is a company that is stable. It's been around 17 years, publicly traded. We are expanding in the Philippines. And I know we have a lot of Filipinos on this call today. Make sure you take note, understand, you know, part of the compensation plan. We have a recording, especially for the Philippines. And so let's end the recording and then we open it to questions. So thank you so much, Deb. And we can use this recording for future.